Hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It's a late night, but I did these nails last week and my client contacted me today and mentioned that she had accidentally been doing some things around the house and she cracked it and went ahead and just removed it herself. She has an e-file, so she just took it off safely herself. So she had come over so I can repair her pinky, which works out in a way because I really wanted to do the same design and I was just going to kind of do it on probably my little mannequin hand. But since we need to fix a nail, it's the perfect opportunity for me to kind of show you what I used and how I did it. So stay tuned and I'll walk you through the process here. So right now I'm just applying my Young Nails Protein Bond as usual. She's kind of telling me about her nails. Luckily, she is loving them and getting a ton of compliments on them. And so she was kind of telling me some little stories here. But we're going to get back to that pinky now. I'm going to start off with our base coat, which is by also Young Nails. It's their Synergy base. We're just going to apply a really thin coat to her natural nail. And I'm just giving it like a quick little nuke to kind of set it in place so it doesn't run anywhere. And then we're going to apply our form. Give it a good pinch so that way we get it nice and narrow like the other ones. I'm going to take a good look at the form, just make sure it looks right as it hangs down. Everything is straight, so we are good to go. And we're going to start building that free edge. And I'm using my Synergy base here just to build like a very, very, very thin coat of a free edge. And then I'll go in with my Synergy pink, the pink build to build my free edge and just kind of level it up with her natural nail. Go ahead and build my extension out a little bit longer than what I'm actually going to need, because I know I can always file it down where I need it. So that way, just to kind of protect my length and make sure I have enough, I'm going to go a little bit more extended than what I need. I'm giving it a good look over. I see that we still have some room, of course, before we meet up with the height of her natural nail. So I'm going to go in with my Build Pink. And we're going to build that extension out a little bit further, still using that glass look because we want it to be a glass nail. And then we'll put some autumn colors in here. And I'll tell you what the glitters are that we're using. They're all from Gemini Cosmetics. And I don't have a code with Gemini Cosmetics, but MJ from Nail Culture does. So you can use her code if you want to shop with them. And the code is MJAY15. It'll save you 15% off at checkout. The first glitter that we're going to use is several glitters that my customer, actually she went ahead and mixed everything together herself. It came from her little stash. Then I've got my Gemini Cosmetics that we're going to use. And then we also have some more little things I'll show you here along the way. To get us started off though, I'm going to go in with my little leaves and we'll just place a few on here, because we're also going to use those orange glitters. And so I want to leave enough room because we want to see that glass still coming through. So I'm being sparing on my glitter application here. Then I'm gonna go in with my little iridescence here from also Gemini Cosmetics, and their Faith and their Blessing collections. They have 1 and 2 of both. I highly recommend them. They are beautiful, beautiful, and I actually am probably going to have to already order another round of them before they disappear on us. But love this collection. Can't recommend it enough. With my micro glitter and just add a teeny tiny bit here and there. This is, well, there's gonna kind of a mix gonna be on my brush, but we're using Golden Glow, so we'll do that. We'll apply a little bit of that, and then the other kind of iridescence that we're using is Rock Me Up, also from Gemini Cosmetics. For the base of her nail, we're going to use Nail Thoughts in Hydrangea Syrup base. It's a beautiful color. It's in TB44 if you're interested. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this where her natural nail is. So that way it looks very, very natural and gives her a real pretty color. And we get a lot of those iridescence kind of laid beneath this base coat, which is super pretty when the light hits it. Go in with KoKoist Dramatic Magnet, and this is in color 07. It's kind of a mossy green, very, very pretty. And then we'll use our cat eye to kind of make it pop out for us. before we can actually encapsulate it. So I'm going in with my Young Nails pink build, or build pink, and it's glass-like, but it has just the slightest bit of a pink tinge to it. And I got something on my brush, let me get it off. And now we're just going to encapsulate our look here and make sure that we build everything high enough where we can put our shape into it with our file. This on tape. She is going to go under the light for 60 seconds to give it a full cure. Then we'll just wipe off that tacky layer and get started on our shaping. And I kind of got a little bit out of camera frame here, so I included as much of the shaping as I could, and I think that you'll get a good idea for kind of what we're doing here. I'm just going to go in with my hand file, sharpen things up a bit, make sure everything is straight and level, and that we've got a nice shape going here. And I'm also going to use her other pinky just to kind of compare everything, make sure that they look like sisters and that they're the same height, that the apex is in the same place, that the shape is perfect. And you'll see me kind of do that. I'll go back and forth and compare, do a little bit more filing. And then at the very end, we will also go around our cuticle, make sure everything is nice and crisp and as low as we can get it without taking off too much product. I'm just going underneath the nail to level things out. And then I'll go around it also with a buffer, a 180 buffer, here in a second. And just make sure everything is nice and smooth and perfect. And then we'll clean up underneath the nail. Oh, actually here on this part, I forgot. We actually removed the slightest bit too much product, and I think what it was there was a glitter underneath there that was kind of throwing me off. But we got it, and now I'm just going to go back and I'm applying a little bit more of that pretty base by Nail Thoughts. I'm going to add a little bit more of our Build Pink. Shape things up a little bit more. My shaping still has a little bit of room to grow, of course, but it's getting better, and they look like sisters, and I thought it was a very pretty shape. They're nice and strong and durable. We're still not real sure how she broke the pinky, but I know sometimes we can just be a little bit more rough with what we're doing. And these were a little bit longer than what she usually does, so I think that also kind of added to things, to the stress of it. But we're just going to go in here and add a little bit more, shape it again, and then you'll see me buff it out. finishing file. So here, I'm just being very, very gentle. I want to take it down to the shape I want it, but I don't want to do like I did before and just accidentally remove a little bit too far down. So I'm just being very slow here and meticulous and really looking at what I'm doing and creating that shape I want without taking it too far, basically. That there was a hump up here on the apex that was really getting to me. So I spent a little bit of time up here. Got my cuticle bit. I'm going to go back around this cuticle area and the side walls, make sure everything is nice and very low profile, so that way as her natural nail grows out, it just looks really nice and you really can't tell that we've got, you know, a little cliff here at the back. And then I'm also just using the same bit to just go around and get anywhere else that I need to fine tune, and you'll see me do that. I lift it up a little bit on the sides. Now the nail is still a little bulky on the underside, and I will get that. I'll get that at the very, very last before we apply our top coat. Very important, we're looking at the client profile. So I've got her hand turned around, and I'm just going to kind of do some tweaking here, and at the same time I'm going to also use her other pinky to look and see, are they perfectly symmetrical with one another, and they look really good. So I just need to turn her hand back over and just do a little bit more before we're ready for our buffing and then our underside and top coat. Be able to tell here that we've got a good amount of bulk here that I need to clean out from her underneath her nail, and I'm gonna make them as thin as she likes them, which she actually likes them a little bit thicker than what I wear them myself. But like I said, she can sometimes, you know, she's very active, and so we want to make sure nothing breaks. Plus she's going on a camping trip, and we want to make sure while she's out there doing things that she can still do them and not have to worry about her nails. And we are going to remove our tacky layer here. Finally apply our top coat, which I'm using Manicue by Young Nails, and it's going to really give it a great shine on top, but we're also going to go on the underside of her nail and put a little bit of shine there as well, so that way no matter how she has her hand, everything is sparkly and see-through, and you can tell they're glass nails, but yet they flash and, you know, really put on a show as you move. I love it. Done. So I'm just going to give you a little show of what they look like as she wears them, and as her hand kind of hits the light from both the underside and on top. They're just so pretty, and she loves them. So I'm really glad that she's so happy with them. All these colors popping through, and they're all, you know, that beautiful autumn and fall vibe. And I hope she has a wonderful little trip out camping with her glamorous nails. I love it. And thank you guys for hanging in there and watching with me. If you have any questions, feel free to put it down in the comments and I will get back with you. And again, this is Tosharaenailed. If you enjoy this video, if you will hit like, subscribe, and share it with a nail lover friend, and I will catch you very soon. We'll be going live within the next couple days, so stay tuned. By the way, I am a nail tech and I am licensed in the state of Texas. I'm in Dallas area. So if you're looking for a nail tech and you happen to be out this way or live out here, reach out to me. I'm under Tosharaenailed on all the social.